In compliance with notification Hey, welcome all to March 20th, the City Planning Commission proceedings. I'd like to call the meeting to order. First thing, we'd like to hear the preamble, and then we'll get on to business.
In compliance with notification requirements of Ohio's Open Meeting Law and Section 101.021 of the Codified Ordinances of Cleveland, Ohio, 1976, notice of this meeting has been publicly posted. All boards and commissions under the purview of the City Planning Department conduct their meetings in a manner modeled after Robert's Rules of Order. Actions during the meeting will be taken by voice vote. Recusals from any vote due to a conflict of interest should be stated for the record prior to the taking of any vote. In order to ensure that everyone participating in the meeting has the opportunity to be heard, we ask that online participants use the raise hand feature before asking a question or making a comment. The raise hand feature can be found in the participants panel on the desktop and mobile version and activated by clicking the hand icon. Please wait for the chair or facilitator to recognize you and be sure to select unmute and announce yourself before you speak. When finished speaking, please lower your hand by clicking on the raise hand icon again and mute your microphone. We will also be utilizing the chat feature to communicate with participants. The chat feature can be activated by clicking the chat button located on the bottom of the WebEx screen. All meeting activity is being recorded via the WebEx platform. These proceedings are also being live streamed via YouTube. All requests to speak on a particular matter submitted through proper channels have been considered. We have also received emails from those who have provided written comment on a particular matter. Proper channels for comments are listed below. Communication with members of this body must follow proper channels for consideration. Any comments received by the Wednesday 12 p.m. deadline are collected by City Planning staff and disseminated to the Commission members prior to any scheduled meeting. Proper channels for public comment. Sending an email to the City Planning at clevelandohio.gov address with a comment or a letter. Calling and/or leaving a message at 216-664-2210. Sending a letter or dropping off comments at City Hall, 601, Lakeside Avenue, Suite 501, Cleveland, Ohio, 44114. Meeting rules and procedures. The chair will call each agenda item and then each applicant will be invited to proceed through their presentation. Each presentation should be completed prior to questions and comments from the Commission in order to facilitate a smooth presentation. Once the presentation has concluded, the chair will ask planning staff to summarize Design Review Advisory Committee recommendations, if applicable, and any public comments received. Public comments received through the proper channels by the deadline are distributed to Commission members prior to the meeting. Staff will also identify any members of the public present and scheduled to speak. Public comment is allowed at the discretion of the chair, and any individual providing public comment is permitted 2 minutes to speak to the agenda item in which they have an interest. The chair will then request a recommendation from staff, if applicable. The Commission will then begin deliberations and project review. Any Commission member, except the chair, may make a motion at any point after an agenda item has been called.
Thank you, AI person. Roll call, please.
Anthony is not present. Fluker.
Present.
McRae Scott.
Present.
Sargent.
Present.
Slife.
Present.
And Whitfield.
Present.
Hey, we have a quorum. The first order of activity, we'd like to entertain the meeting motion for meeting minutes from the March 6, 2026 Planning Commission
I'd
meeting.
like to make a motion to approve the previous minutes from the previous meeting.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Fluker.
Yes.
McRae Scott.
Yes.
Sargent.
Abstain.
Life.
Yes.
And Whitfield.
Yes.
I'm going to have to revise my, I was not here. I realized I was out of town, so abstain from those proceedings. Thank you.
It still passes though.
Yes, it does. The first item on our agenda is a conditional use overlay. It's a pedestrian retail overlay for Kids Can Be Kids Learning Center located at 11642 Lorraine Avenue. I believe I may have to swear someone in. They're from you, the applicant. I'm going to swear you in real quick, then we'll hear from staff first. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth for this matter now in hearing under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
And your name, please.
Tatiana de Jesus.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Bay?
Good morning. Thank you. My name is Xavier Bay. I'm a zoning planner with City Planning. Happy vernal equinox, everybody. So today you're seeing this conditional use proposal for daycare located at 11642 Lorraine Avenue. Next slide, please. Sorry, I forgot to grab the clicker. Um, so the property in question is located in a local retail business district. It's also located within the pedestrian retail overlay, and like we mentioned, just at the intersection of West 117th Street and Lorraine Avenue. Next slide, please. So here's just some context photos giving you a view up and down Lorraine Avenue. On the top of the screen, you see the western view. The bottom of the screen is the eastern view. Primarily, like I mentioned, the main reason this is here is because applicant is proposing daycare use in the pedestrian retail overlay. And so our zoning code categorizes this as institutional use per code section 343.23. And so the criteria that this body should base their approvals off of is listed on the right there, 3 bullet points. Mainly, your criteria should be based in if the subject building space was designed specifically for the type of use proposed, which is a daycare. Secondly, if the denial of this application would result in a long-term vacancy of the space. Lastly, if the proposed use is a need in the immediate area. On the screen here, you can currently see their floor plan. Just to give you understanding, they have an entrance in the front and the back. Next slide, please. That's all I have, honestly. And so we actually did work with the applicant to improve the site and improve the parking area to have landscaping along West 117th Street, as well as incorporating parking bumper guards for the parking spaces. And that's all I have. We do have the applicants here with a short presentation if you do require more information.
Would you like to make any comments on behalf of your application?
Sure. Our goal really, we currently have a daycare center already. Our goal is to move to a bigger location, and we just wanted growth and more opportunity for us as well. And it's been really hard to find a really good location, and we saw this space and we really liked it. We liked the area. We see it as it has really good potential for us as well and for the community. We also really like that we're community partners with the library, and it helps that it's like walking distance. We can just take the kids and walk right to the library, which is great because they also have activities for the kids. So we found that like really important for us as well. And the space inside is great because we also need like a bigger building because right now we only are allowed a small amount, and we get a lot of calls, and we have to push a lot of kids away because we don't have the space. So we really wanted to be able to open space and let kids come in, and and we thought that was a good area for us, and it's close to like a lot of our parents as well. So like a lot of them would not have to drive too far, and we saw it as a really like growth. At the end of the day, we just want our daycare to continue to grow and benefit the community, but as well as us, and do whatever we can for the kids as well and parents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commission members, any questions or comments? Well, could we go back to the site plan? Because I have. So that's the parking lot and drive, correct? That you maintain to that. And so it looks like actually is a good thing. People can queue off outside the public right away. Or okay, that's the one to be clear about that. Okay. Any other comments or questions? And if you like to make a motion, please include the reason why we're approving or disproving.
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve this plan as presented, based upon that the building space was designed specifically for the use that is proposed. That's it. Anything else?
Mr. Chair, I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please. Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
I do have a question, and I just noticed this. Should I have taken public comment on this one? No, that's what I thought. I just want to be clear. Okay. All right, motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you guys so much.
That was easy. You look nervous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. Huh?
I think you're.
Yeah, I'm going to turn over the responsibilities for chairing this meeting to Mr. Whitfield. I have a conflict of interest because I work for Land Studio. Thank you.
Which,
These 70-second banners.
yep, I've got that on
Page 4.
page 4. On page 4. This one.
Yes, sir. It's right in front of you. All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Where's, I know, I'm looking for the. Yeah, that.
Just say they was fine.
Okay. You ready?
Okay.
Raise my hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So this is the case of Streetscapes 260006. Do you care to make comment and present?
Sure. My name is Nancy Boylan. I'm with Land Studio, and we are seeking final approval for a pole banner installation on East 72nd Street. We're continuing to focus on the beautification, beautifying the stretch of East 72nd Street to improve pedestrian and commuter experience. St. Clair Superior Development Corporation will be the steward. Councilwoman House Jones is aware of the installation. I also have Katie St. Cyrin, one of my colleagues, who'll be talking about the design. Next slide.
Sorry, I will note to the commission members that we saw this project as a full wayfinding sign program in June of last year. So this is the same designs, just additional pole banner locations. So that's what they're presenting today. And then I'll get to your slides. There you go.
I also presented on Tuesday to the Northeast Design Review, and it was unanimously approved. So this is the stretch of East 72nd Street from the I-90 bridge south to St. Clair. Next slide. This is an aerial view of each of the plotted poles. Next slide. These are in the first median from I-90 bridge to Gordon Park. Next slide. Again, the second median. Next slide. Third and fourth medians from the pedestrian footbridge to the fifth median pedestrian footbridge to the railroad bridge. Next slide. The sixth median, so this is from the railroad bridge to Detour Avenue. Next slide. These are the poles in the next few slides are on the east and western sides of the street. Next slide. Next slide. And this is all the way to St. Clair Avenue. Next slide. So all of the banners will be a double banner installation, and they'll be 30 inches width by 72 inches in height. This is the information that we have been provided by Clean Public Power that we will be following. All banners will be 18 feet from the ground. And then Katie, if you could speak to the design, please.
Hi, everybody. This design was taken originally from the previous work done by Guide Studio. This was a pattern motif that was created to celebrate all of the cultures that make up the neighborhood, as you can see on the right. And then on the left, it is the St. Clair Superior Corporation's logo.
Next slide. So this is a mock-up of in the medians, the banners that'll be installed in the medians. And again, that's showing the clearance of the 18 feet. The St. Clair Superior logo will be on the left side, and then the design will be on the right side, and this will be consistent throughout. That was one of the recommendations from the Northeast Designer Review. As we head to the next slide, you'll see what'll happen here is this is actually incorrect. The St. Clair Superior logo will be on the sidewalk side, and the design itself will be on the street side. So that we'll make sure that is corrected. Next, that's it.
Chair to the applicant, are the banners reversible? So when you're going in the opposite direction?
So what'll happen is whether you're going north or south, it'll be, so St. Clair Superior will be on whatever you see on the St. Clair Superior, the logo. And when you're heading north, it'll be on that reverse side of that banner.
Good question. Any other questions, comment?
No additional questions, just to let the committee know the prior banners were approved by the committee. This is just an extension of the expansion of the area that they're putting the pole banners on.
Chair.
One note to the commission before the motion. We are in the process of updating our streetscape banner design guidelines, so we'll be bringing that update to this body for review and approval in the coming months. But in this motion, if you would like to give us administrative authority to approve potential future design changes, you could consider that as well, so that they don't have to come back for new banners at these locations should they wish to swap them out in the future.
Are you asking that we consider that in the motion?
I am asking that, yes.
So no other comments?
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve Streetscapes 260006. The applicant has demonstrated adequate design and following the rules for the current banner protocol, and I'd love to also include in the motion administrative for the city with their new banner protocol, that the applicant will not have to come back with this body for any additional banners.
I second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. Call the roll, please.
Anthony's not here, Fluker's not here, McCray Scott,
Yes.
Sergeant,
Yes.
Slife,
Yes.
and Whitfield.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
All right, I'll go grab August.
Thank you for sharing. The next item on the agenda is the Southeast Design Review. PRJ 26, there's no number. Ironwood Flats project address East 65th Street and Waterman Avenue. We have here
Winston Hung from RDO Architects, and we have the owner from Warwick Development, Jimmy McCoon, online as well.
Okay, state your name and I'm gonna read you the oath. There's no one online?
Jimmy is online. I think he's on the bottom right corner.
I just want you to state your name.
Sorry. Jimmy McCune, sorry.
Okay, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth for this matter, now in hearing, under the penalty of perjury?
I do.
Okay. So please proceed.
Okay, so we're going to kind of start up with just the owner kind of giving a brief introduction to kind of the side, the project, and then what they do, kind of the development in the neighborhood, and then I'll kind of take over the rest of the presentation. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Sure. Yeah, well, nice to meet you all. Sorry I couldn't be there three-dimensionally, but just a quick background on Warwick. So we are a vertically integrated real estate company based outside of Columbus and New Albany. We specialize primarily in affordable housing with about 12,000 units roughly under ownership or management throughout Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and more recently the Carolinas. So, we kind of do the real estate from the ground up, from development, construction, property management, long-term ownership. And we do have a couple of market rate assisted living, senior living assets here in Central Ohio and in Michigan. So the project that we're proposing on Waterman Avenue is a 62 unit project that will be financed through low income housing tax credits issued by the Ohio Housing Finance Agency. It's, like we said, it's a pretty competitive site, we feel like. We wouldn't be actively pursuing it, but like I said, 62 units for seniors 55 and older in a 3-story congregate building. And yeah, I mean, we're I think we're still early on in the Cleveland approval process, but I should mention that we do have our another project that is received all of its approvals except for the building permit approval in University Park Station. So that was financed last year through OFA's 9% low-income housing tax credit round, and that will hopefully begin construction over the summer. So we're excited about that one. But yeah, that would be our first project in Cleveland as an organization, and this would be hopefully our second. So yeah, look forward to working with you all.
Thanks, Jimmy. So looking at the
Thanks.
site, yeah, thanks, Jimmy. Oh, sorry, back up again. So looking at the site, so the site is located at the northern part of the Slavic Village neighborhood with the Hyacinth Park north of our site. So within the pretty single-family, residential neighborhood. Oh, thank you. And you can see a little bit of industrial complexes to the, to the west of us. So the site is located. It's constructed with 3 different parcels, a little bit less than 2 acres in size. So looking at the area views throughout the years, so the site is divided and intended for single-family use. Around 1927, that's when the Meyer Dairy Company moved into the site and operated the site for a little bit over 50 years. It serves as a crucial part of the community. Provide dairy product as a distribution center, and then provide shops, ice cream shops, and dairy products for the neighborhood up until around 1979 when it closed down, and then the site remained vacant until today. So here's a historical photo of the Meyer Dairy Company. You can see that as a distribution center, and then it also provides a local shop for the community. Looking at some of the surrounding context, with the site being at the outskirts of the central Cleveland neighborhood, the Tremont, Ohio City, Slavic Village, and then east to Little Italy, it's you can have that northeast, north, south, east, west access. Using Opportunity Corridor, and then going up and down East 55th, you can access the central Cleveland neighborhood, and also down towards the Broadway Avenue, towards the Slavic Village neighborhood, with a lot of amenities on Broadway Avenue. So look at the site condition. The site is currently vacant with mostly open lot area. It's a little bit of scattered trees and shrubs at the south of the site, towards some of the single family homes south of us. And then looking at Waterman Avenue and East 65th, you see a lot of street trees, so a very pedestrian friendly neighborhood. Some of the existing single-family homes are mostly vinyl-sided, 2-story families. And at the corner of Waterman and East 63rd, there is a Hyacinth apartment complex, which used to be a school that they converted to apartment. As you move south of our site, there's more single-family and also the 2 steel forging facility. So for the site, we are proposing a 3-story, 62 units senior living facility.
we're providing total of 56 total parking with 80 ADA parking, with this being a senior living facility. We've oriented the building towards that corner of East 65th and Waterman to not only create that separation between us and the single family south of us, but also having that corner engagement with the community, and then so having those units overlook through Waterman to that park to have that public engagement. And with the orientation of the building, we created a two separate approach to the building. One mainly a pedestrian access from Waterman in East 65th, and then also a vehicular access through East 63rd to the back parking lot area into the parking lot entry. Now, with one of the side of the building amenity is we're providing a 400 square foot of patio space, with 200 of them being covered. That's overlooking to the Hudson Park. So look at the conceptual floor plan. We're on the first floor, we're providing 18 units plus amenity with, at that corner of that, where the Waterman East 63rd are connecting. We're providing that living room with the double story space, also that multi-purpose room with the open kitchen, and with the both space having that connection to the outdoor patio space. And this kind of facilitated that, engagement at that pedestrian level at that intersection. And if you look at what so we went through a local design review and incorporate some of those comments. So the comments is, we're with that, when we're trying to emphasize that corner engagement, we're kind of lacking a little bit of that appearance on the exterior, which you will see in the later slide. So what we did is we're reworking that living room and community room space, and then also moving that exterior entry on East 65th down a little bit south a little bit to have that, that streamlined connection between the lobby from the parking lot and then the exterior lobby. And then one of the other comments is, with budget in mind, what are the ways that we can simplify the building massing, and then also so to kind of emphasize that corner presence. So we're looking into like flipping some of these units to simplify that building massing, so we can pay more attention to that corner, which you'll see in some of those later slides. And as you move up to second floor, we have 22 units per floor on the second and third floor with, amenities. And then with that modification of, flipping these units, simplifying the massing, and then emphasizing and squaring off that corner, some of these, units might change with that coming in mind. So also the third floor will be, similar to the second floor with, the unit transition. So looking at the massing diagram, we understand, 3 stories, 62 units, it's going to be, a big building. So we took inspiration from some of those single family homes in the neighborhood in terms of scale, the size of it, and then the design detail. We have incorporated that into the building massing to help break up that the mass with the use of, gable elements and kind of push and pull on the facade. So you look at the color elevation, so you see those gable elements that help break up the massing, but not only with the design of those elements, but also, using different color siding, vertical, horizontal siding to kind of help facilitate that massing breakup throughout the building. And then these are the comments that, kind of reflecting the floor plan change to the elevation, where you see in the red that with flipping those units, we can repeat that gable elements to simplify the exterior experience of the massing, and then eliminate some of those overbuilt gables, and then really emphasize on that corner where you can see on the blue to provide that corner presence and that public engagement with the community. So here, in large elevation, you see that the gable elements with the use of colors of siding, and then vertical and horizontal siding. And this is the parking lot entry. And then this is the the street front entry with the covered patio, which we're gonna, revise, to kind of emphasize that presence and on the street view. As you can see, here's a rendering again on East 65th and Waterman. So what you can see, and that's covered in blue, that's the corner that we're trying to emphasize. And we're kind of introducing brick and introducing storefront to kind of bring back that essence of where the Meyer Dairy Company used to be, to kind of bring back that nostalgic feeling of, where it was a crucial part of the community, back in the 1970s. So this is kind of what we're in the work in progress of emphasizing that engagement in the corner. And then quick interior, exterior finishes, different play of vertical and horizontal siding with color to help breaking up that massing. And last, we understand we're early on in the design process. We still need to engage with civil and landscape to understand the site, utility, and then also geotech. That's one of the comments is, what are we doing with stormwater management? So that's something that we're, going to be working on moving forward. Thank you.
Staff report?
I will be covering this one this morning. Kim Scott is out of the office today. The Design Review Advisory Committee recommended conceptual approval on March 10th with some conditions to study the architectural design, which we've already seen reflected in some of what is presented here today. The Design Review Committee specifically talked about how the building addresses that ground floor, particularly at Waterman and East 65th Street, with the community space and building entrance, which I know was discussed in the presentation today, simplifying the building mass and roof forms and accommodating stormwater management into the design, as well as really embracing that strong sense of place in the neighborhood. The Planning Commission staff are in support of this project. I think exciting to have a new developer in town, so welcome. We're excited about your continued interest here and working with you on that.
Thank you.
And the location near the park, appreciate the calling out of transit and grocery amenities nearby, and just the reflection that the surrounding neighborhood does benefit from this additional affordable senior housing option.
Thank you. Just a bit of a procedural thing. The applicant's here for conceptual approval. I would, if in your motion, I would advocate for them coming back maybe one additional time and not having to come back for schematic, and let the process sort of avail itself outside these four walls. Two things, and in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, there's a lot of HUD 202 housing that was built, and you could go to any city and point to the building and say, that's a HUD 202 building. What I'm really concerned about, and this formulaic approach to how these buildings look, we're doing the same thing. If history's already taught us, right? And they're all starting to look the same. Number one. And again, I'm not here to design a building. I'm just giving you my observations. The second thing is, and you know what I'm going to say. The other thing that we learned from those instances, even going back into the 30s, when public housing and affordable housing was meant to be transitional, the unintended circumstance was we warehouse people. And I feel that's what's happening with OFA and everyone. We need to look at adding amenities. You know my thing. I'm a senior citizen. And I see an opportunity on this site to create a walking loop around the entire site, connect the walks, connect the back part, the southern part of the property beyond the parking, and loop around. Mm-hmm. People do want to get out, and sometimes not for whatever reason, they don't venture far from their places. I think creating things like that would be a plus. Again, we got to get out of that mindset that we're just trying to meet the criteria that OFA puts forward, but we need to do more, because people who are this age and this income level don't have the means that any of us have in this room, and we need to remember and be cognizant of that. Commission members?
Fair to the applicant, but also the city. I'm wondering, with them addressing that corner on Waterman, if there's something that the city can work with the applicant on with regards to maybe crosswalk treatment. I think like the idea of connecting to Hyacinth Park is great, but I mean outside of their property line, how else can we kind of extend that? I mean, I imagine again with all the amenity spaces on the first floor, you might have that kind of to and from, you know, if it's done really well. And I think here's an opportunity for the city to kind of follow up with whatever they're doing on that ground level. I would also say I love the thought about harkening back to the old milk production plant. I'm wondering if there's any kind of colorways you can take where you have like this kind of blue or light blue white colorway that is currently in the building facade. If there's any kind of colors that can be brought back from that, so like it's not just the nod of maybe whatever's going to happen to that architecture there, but then also the color also represents that. And maybe you don't have to do it, you know, completely the colorway based on whatever the branding is, but some of that might be able to kind of maybe jog residents' memories who've lived in the neighborhood for a long time and kind of make them feel that way.
Mr. Slife, any comments?
You know, not actually specific to the project, but to kind of steal your social commentary role, I will say that it is frustrating to me that a lot of the qualifications for these types of dollars from the state, I think, concentrate poor people or lower income people in neighborhoods that lack amenities. That's not a criticism of the project or the developer, but it is frustrating to me, to your point, that when you say we kind of warehouse people, I think that is a policy decision well above city government that we have to contend with, and it frustrates me to a great deal.
Thanks, Mr. Slife.
Yeah, and just to add.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, you know, those are all fair points. And, you know, just to be clear, you know, like a project like this has no subsidy attached to it. It's, you know, the rents are just essentially capped. So, you know, I take your point about the 202 projects, how they all look the same. And, you know, I do agree with you that we are getting to a point where, you know, some of these projects are sort of like a rinse and repeat. And, you know, I think largely in part that has to do with, you know, OFA's design and architectural standards are, you know, fairly rigid. And, you know, we're cost constrained, our resources are capped. So, you know, we do as a developer owner have to be sort of mindful of costs and things like that. But I don't disagree with you that, you know, these are starting to kind of look and feel similar. And, you know, related to the you know, concentration of poverty, which I think, Charles, I believe you were sort of alluding to. Yeah, I mean, I think that I think that that's fair, and I do think that it is worth the Planning Commission, City of Cleveland, or, you know, whomever else make that comment to OFA when they release their next draft, because I think you guys all probably know the, you know, sort of the drill. I mean, we have to go off what's competitive. You know, it's all based off of, you know, metrics that they get from the Kirwan Institute, all these other, you know, census tract data, county data, things like that. So yeah, you're not wrong, and I would generally agree with you, but you know, OFA does in fact say to us that sometimes they get a lot of feedback from municipalities. So you know, I'm just throwing that out there. That's a good comment to make.
Yeah. Well, thank you. We could talk all day about this because I have opinions, to be totally honest, and I know how to fix the
To
system.
get this off of rails.
And I don't want to sound brash. There's other ways to allow the monies that are going into these buildings to be more effective and impactful, and not put all these requirements and stringent sort of policy decisions on these projects, because quite frankly, it ain't building affordable housing. And that's fundamentally what we're talking about here as well. So anyway, having said that, commission members,
I did have one comment. I didn't care for the entranceways, the doorways. It looked really institutional instead of residential. Is there anything that you can do design-wise to maybe make an improvement on that? Because it does look really institutional.
Yeah, so what you see on I think the fourth east elevation. So currently that entry is, yeah, like you said, institutional, not, kind of open and friendly. So that was one of the comments from the design review committee, which we're going to incorporate to kind of streamline that vehicular access in the parking lot, and also the exterior to streamline that experience on the floor plan level, and also on the exterior to kind of rework that entry. So that's one of the items that we're going to look into.
okay. Are we gonna beg the question, a motion, or are we
Sure
done
will.
deliberating?
I would like to make a motion for conceptual, is that what we're doing today? Approval, and that you will return for additional approval on this project. With the conditions set forth.
Return for final here.
For final?
Yes.
For final.
No, we just, whatever happens outside of here, we just want to see them at final approval.
Return for final
Okay.
approval.
Yes. Is that fine, Director?
Yes, staff will continue to coordinate with you as you're developing your design
Okay.
and any feedback that's helpful. If you wish to come back to Design Review Advisory Committee or Planning Commission at any interim point, we're happy to bring you, but that won't be required with this motion.
Well, the point of that is we're trying to make it more palatable for developers and hopefully streamline the process. Because you know how long the process is, right? You're before us a lot. You get it, right? So
We
anyhow.
appreciate that.
Do we have a second?
She needs to modify her.
Sorry.
So I need to modify it for, to come back for final approval. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'll second the motion.
Okay,
Okay,
roll call, please.
sure. Fluker,
Yes.
McRae Scott,
Yes.
Sargent,
Yes.
Life. I see
Yes.
nothing.
Yes.
Whitfield.
Yes. Motion carries. Good luck. Good luck.
Thanks, appreciate
we're
it, guys.
actually-
Thanks, Winston.
Thank you.
We're gonna swap the two public art ones so that Councilman's Life can join, because you are recusing from the last public art
Okay,
piece. So we'll do the
I'm recusing.
yeah, he's gonna join on his phone. He's gonna
I'm
go
going to
on his
recuse
phone.
myself for the Ubuntu Park Obelisk presentation because of my work with land.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think so. We good?
I think that my online prints.
Who's
Yeah,
on?
we should have two applicants online
Okay.
Yeah,
and
Good morning.
the meeting was moving so fast, they were en route.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi,
Well-
good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
You guys
So,
hear me okay?
yeah, we're fine. For those of you online, raise your right hand. I'll read you the oath. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth for this matter, now in this hearing under the penalty of perjury?
I do.
Yes,
I do.
I do.
Okay. So this project is here for final. Who's presenting this morning? Darrell, you're going to hear.
So I submitted the project on behalf of the project team, but our PMI will be presenting the final design, seeking final approval today.
Okay.
All right, can we get started?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Maya Madison. I'm with Robert P. Madison International, and online I also have Bailey Cleveland, who's also helping us out with this project, who's a designer as well. So we wanted to present the Ubuntu Park Obelisk art installation for final design review. And yeah, we're looking forward to this project coming to fruition. So this is just a site plan of where we're located. So we're on 103rd and Shaker Boulevard in the Woodhill Buckeye neighborhood. And these are just some site photos of what's existing on the site. So it's a park that's with the East End Neighborhood House. And currently there's some landscaping and there's hardscape here for gathering space and a couple of benches. And essentially we want this obelisk to be right, sort of right on the corner of 103rd and Shaker Boulevard. I guess the north side of Shaker Boulevard. And so I'm sorry, who's presenting? I hate to do this. Bailey, is that you presenting? Or
No, I think they're.
oh,
Sorry, I'm clicking. You can just let me know when you want to advance the slides. My apologies.
is it okay if we present because we have a few updates? Or are we not allowed to do that?
No, we can't have
Okay.
applicants share their screen, but
Got it. Okay, no worries. Okay, this is fine. This is good enough. So yeah, so this is the existing photos of the site and yeah, we're expecting the obelisk to be sort of right on the corner of 103rd and Shaker. Okay, go next. And so this is just a site plan of the park itself. So if you look literally directly at in the corner, we're expecting there to be some concentric paving around the obelisk with a few benches and yeah, so that's the site plan. And then this is just a more zoomed in image of this site plan. And there's going to be some plantings around the obelisk, which is actually what's there currently. And the idea is to sort of just create some paving right around the obelisk so you can walk up to it. And the plantings that are there, we're expecting to just remove them and replant them somewhere else on the site.
So we had a community engagement meeting to get some feedback from the community on our design. We asked them a few questions like what is the story of your community, past and present? Where do you see your community going in the future? What makes your community unique? And then we asked them to express their answer as a symbol. And so we got a lot of good feedback and three major themes that we pulled from our feedback was hope for the future, honoring our roots, and intergenerational interaction.
Next slide.
And so we express these themes through these different symbols. So first we have a tree that's showing the roots and the canopy, honoring the roots, but also looking towards the future. We talked a lot about the Black Power Fist and the community engagement meeting. So, just like hope for the future, strengthen the community. And then we've also incorporated the Sankofa symbol, which is kind of saying like reflecting on history to inform the future. So that really encompasses like all three of those themes. And then we've kept the four Adinkra symbols that we had in our original design that really kind of encompass like the meaning of Ubuntu, which is the name of the park. And the next slide. So here we can see like how the obelisk comes together. So we have 8 3-foot tall hollow precast
cubes that will be stacked on top of each other, and connect back to HSS column. It's connected through these corrugated brick anchors. And then you can also kind of see like how the new design comes together as well. You can go to the next slide. And so yeah, we have these sections kind of showing this same thing. You can see the HSS column and the 4-foot below grade foundation. You can go to the next slide.
And these are just images of what we envision this looking like on this site when you're driving west on Shaker. This is a more zoomed in image so you can see some of the detail of the obelisk itself. Yeah, and then this view is really kind of showing if we were to, I guess, not put paving around the obelisk, and if we were to just, sit it within the plantings, which is our, I guess, our alternate. Of course, we would prefer for there to be paving around there, but we're still assessing the cost. So really, we're just trying to create an ode to the motherland, really sort of bring those Egyptian motifs to a more, I guess, contemporary representation of Black culture and the neighborhood. So yeah, so that's our presentation. Feedback is welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Maya and Bailey and Alan. I love this project. Like stated, this was schematically approved in September of last year. I don't recall the benches, so I'm very happy to see the benches back because I think that adds to the experience of the art because people can sit there and look at the images and reflect. So I love that. I am in support of the project as presented. I am curious, Maya, you mentioned some updates. I don't know if those updates are significantly changed from what we're seeing today, but I am curious to hear what they are since you can't show us.
Yeah.
And I did get support from Councilman Griffin as well.
Okay, awesome. So not major. I think we just made the we made the circle around the obelisk a bit wider for wheelchair accessibility because right now it's a little bit too tight. And then instead of having like rectilinear benches, we kind of made the benches curve around to actually I guess follow the curve of the circle. So it's more of
I
a
love that.
yeah, those are really the major changes, but everything else is pretty much the same.
And how
So
tall is the
yeah,
obelisk again?
29 feet. Is that right, Bailey? 29 feet, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
29
29 feet.
Okay,
So
and
it's
you
gonna
know
be
I'm gonna
huge.
say next, make sure you guys have your permits pulled.
Yes,
I don't know if you started that
definitely.
process already, but kudos. This is great. Thank you.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's our next thing. We wanted to make sure we got approved for this first. So yeah.
Thank you for your presentation. Any other comments from the members?
Chair to the applicant, I'm glad you guys mentioned that with the updates, you're looking to make that circle a bit larger. Just a personal preference, I imagine essentially a better place for the obelisk would be in the center of the larger circle. I just have some concerns with it being directly adjacent to the sidewalk and the roadway. I don't know. I think one of Cleveland's biggest problems is like down streetlights. I don't know like what it is. Anytime I see something of extreme value adjacent to a roadway, I'm like, you're inviting someone to hit it. Especially without like bollards or anything like of that nature. But I also think like if the obelisk was centered in that larger circle, because of the height, I think you'd still see it from the roadway. and it wouldn't conflict with any of the other adjacent vertical elements, streetlights or stuff like that. And it'd be like a essential part to that experience in there. You're already putting some benches concentric around that space. I can imagine again if there were activities and things, people could dance around the obelisk, but then also give a variety of people ability to come and touch it and view it. I think much more integrated into kind of the central space. But that, again, that's just my opinion.
Mhm.
The
Yeah, I
larger
think
circle where the pavement of Africa is. Okay.
yeah. So, and I think we thought about that at one point. And I guess our conclusion was to not obstruct the continent, and also sort of leaving that space open for programmatic purposes. So concerts can happen a little bit easier if an obelisk isn't in the middle or some sort of gathering. But also on our updated plan to address the whole protection issue, our benches are located strategically so that based on, I guess, where the traffic is coming from, if you run in, if you accidentally have an accident, hopefully you're running into the bench and not the design, as horrible as that sounds. But that's also a part of our updated plan. So, yeah,
Through
that
the chair,
addresses that issue.
can I ask that updated plan that be sent to us as part of any condition of the approval?
Certainly. You know what? I could actually probably forward it to you now. I don't know how quickly it'll come through on your ends, but I think, especially because like I think what happened, well, we sent it a little bit later, and I think y'all were like, "Oh wait, Alana already sent this," and so that was sort of the update. But let me see if I can.
So that we're clear, would you send that update to Taurus?
Yes, that's what I mean, that's what I'm gonna do now. I sent it actually on, oh shoot, hold on.
I have it. I was asking if there was any changes, so I didn't realize there were actual changes. That's why I asked
Yeah.
because Alon has sent us. Okay. All right. So I have it already. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, I sent it the 13th. But yeah, so our design is trying to address that. Especially since it's right on the corner and it's, kind of delicate. We also considered potentially making the foundation be impact proof, which means a lot more, I guess, rebar and just making it more heavy duty. So that would be an alternate. We hadn't really discussed that. So, but like in depth yet, but that's another option to make this more sturdy and impact. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's the updated. So yes, that's our most updated design and site plan.
Is there any other slide you want me to go through in this presentation?
No,
The renderings are updated, but otherwise it's pretty much similar. So yeah, you could see how that space is a little bit nicer with just more circular benches. So yeah.
To the chair, I'd like to make a motion for approval with well, I seem like you already got the plan, so we don't need to include that. So I think the applicant has made a adequate presentation with regards to the construction, but then also detailing around the community engagement work and the appropriateness of the design.
Thank you. Is there a second to the motion?
A second.
Thank you. There's a motion made and seconded. Call the roll.
Fluker is recusing. Sorry. McCray Scott?
Yes.
Sergeant?
Yes.
I think Slife left, but we have Councilman Harsh.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, yes from him, and then Whitfield.
Yes. Motion carries.
Yay. Nice job.
All right, and then
Thank
we're
you,
gonna go.
guys.
Thank you. Back to
you.
the park. Boop, 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 boop. Oops, sorry. Thank you.
Again, we have a public art review. Item number EC 2026-006, Penn Square Pocket Park Contemporary Murals. And who might we have here today?
Jerome Hamilton from Midtown.
Okay, well, I'm going to turn it over to you, sir, unless, of course, we have any comments beforehand.
All right, sounds good. Okay, well, I'm Jerome Hamilton Jr., Planning Economic Development Fellow at Midtown Cleveland, and I'm bringing forward the East 55th in Penn Square, also known East 55th and Euclid Avenue, also known as Penn Square Pocket Park activation. Just to go over Penn Square, it's a historically vibrant and active public square that's on the east side, had thousands of visitors in and out each day for work and for living as well. And we at Midtown are interested in rehabilitating Penn Square because of its significance on the east side, and also recognizing the fact that programming this space has the potential to connect our neighbors and our constituents that are in our service area. So we want to pilot public art in this space so that we can elevate this existing lot and make it an engaging and welcoming environment. Next, please. So just here's an aerial view of this intersection, and we're focusing on that northwest lot. This is a city-owned lot that we signed a 3-year land lease for in November. So this is the current space. And this is the long-term plan that we have for this this plaza here. So as you can see, we have this concept plan was created in tandem with Merritt Chase, an urban design firm that was based in Pittsburgh. We did this in 2024 with them, and as you can see, we have amenities like a barbecue grill as well as murals, etc., that we plan to get into this space. We plan to sort of phase this kind of stuff out and get the amenities in piece by piece as we're able to find funding. And also, just wanted to mention that we've secured funding to get designs up on the railroad bridge that does cross this intersection, and we want the public art that is going to be piloted in the Penn Square Park to complement the positive energy that's being brought to this intersection. So here's our temporary activation plan. So for the picnic tables, benches, and desired path, these are already there in this space. The long black line there that marks the fence that belongs to Learning to Grow, our neighbors right next to the park. And we plan on installing these 7 mural boards on the western part of this parcel, but away from that fence, making sure that we are touching their property line at all. So as for the installation process, we have 7 4x8 wooden mural boards. These were painted at a 2024 Midtown event called Street Dreams, where we had our community members come out and put their vision for the future of Midtown on these boards. As for the demo site, as I've mentioned, it's currently a city-owned lot. We signed a 3-year land lease so that we can start programming this site, and we plan on leaving these boards up for the duration of this land lease. As for the installation process, we want to complete this by April 24th, which is Arbor Day, and we will be attaching the boards to posts and inserting them into the ground, making that a secure installation for the duration of this lease. we're going to be coating the board art in exterior varnish that we were recommended from Land Studio, who specializes in outdoor art. And we expect that varnish to protect the art from weather damage as well as general wear and tear. And we're going to use a water-based protectant to brush onto the posts and boards to protect the wood as well. Next slide. And these are the mural boards that we're going to be putting up. And as you can see, our community members put on characters, illustrations, and affirmations that represent what they want to see in the future of Midtown. So here's just an example of what we think a front view of this installation would look like. As you can see, all 7 of our boards, about a 74-foot long installation with all of these boards together. The fence runs from from the sort of edge of the parcel all the way up to sort of where the learning to grow kind of like building starts. That fence line is about 130 or so feet. So we have plenty of space for putting these boards in. We have 3 feet gaps in between them for security reasons so that security cameras can see in between these boards. We're going to paint the backs of them a charcoal gray to reduce the contrast that it would have with the black fence that is there. And we're also going to keep those boards just about 5 feet in height so that they're not hanging over or being a nuisance to our neighbors at Learning to Grow. And as I mentioned, I think the slide right after this one, right here, yeah, that shows that the 3-foot gap that we have in between the fence and these mural boards to make sure that we're staying off of their property line. And the slide right after this shows that we're going to be putting these boards into ground. We plan to put 2 80-pound bags of concrete on each one of these posts. So we're going to have over 300 pounds of weight holding these boards down underground. As for content, that's all that I have. Yeah, open for questions and moving on.
Tara, you have any comments?
Yes, thank you. First, I want to say it did get approved by the Central East Design Review Committee back on March 12th with conditions which I believe have been addressed to change the color on the back of the mural panels to reduce any contrast between the fence and the panels. Initially, they were white. And they did also address their other condition, which was to space out the panels to add visual permeability with potential to increase security. I do want to say, make sure you all call before you dig, since those are 3-footers. I did reach out to Councilman Starr about the project and he sent me a heart back, so I'll take that as his approval, his approval of the project. I think it's nice to see communities, residents working with artists to do something meaningful for them in the neighborhood to temporarily activate the park before the full vision is executed. So I will support the project.
Thank you.
Oh, no, go ahead. All right. Any comments from the commission members?
I was going to ask, who's going to maintain it? Each individual artist through the chair?
Us at Midtown. Us at Midtown. We're in charge of maintaining these boards, as well as the trees that are already there, the amenities that are there. We're in charge of maintaining that.
And I'm happy to see that you're going to paint that horrendous looking overpass on East 55th. Thank you.
Can't wait for that.
Thank you.
We'll repaint it.
Repaint it.
Yes.
With
Repaint it right this time.
Yeah,
direction
thank
from
you.
technical experts. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I have a question not directly related to this project. Very nice. I like it. And my colleagues have expressed my feelings. From the point of view of Midtown, is there a larger vision for that intersection?
Thank you.
Yes.
I think, you know why I'm asking. You're going to do one of the 4 corners there, and everything else is going to look as it is. What is that vision? And if there's some point in time where our colleagues and I can get a chance to see that.
And may I add to that so that I don't prolong this? We're specifically interested in the southwest quadrant where Russell Bruce was in here some years ago saying that if nothing happens, he was going to do something more substantive at that site. And it looks like a big open gravel field. So I just, again, to Mr. Whitfield's point, can you address that?
Yes, absolutely, and it is in our plans to activate not just that northwest lot, but all of these corners. The great thing about it is, with sort of starting to invest in the space with the bridge and with Penn Square Park, is that there's friendly ownership all around that intersection, with the city or Cleveland Foundation owning one of these corners. So as we are able to get the funding, we're surely going to be looking to activate all of those spaces. And as you have pointed out, already there's a lot of opportunity to do so, and it only increases the connectivity that we're looking for here in our service area.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I think there's an opportunity to really work with the Agora as a stakeholder because they do working there and lead by example, right? I think that quadrant, that southwest quadrant could be a lot of opportunities for pop-up activities that you're starting to suggest here. So that, because in my opinion, we lauded this gateway as the health tech sort of like gateway, and it speaks nothing about the quality or aspirations. And lastly, and more importantly, this is an indictment on everyone, especially as it relates to the health line. If RTA does not have a station at the planters or those medians, they are not maintained. They're dead trees. They're in a state of disrepair, and that's a reflection on the city. It's a reflection on what you're trying to achieve in Midtown. We need to get together and talk about this in a holistic manner, because doing this piecemeal approach, in my opinion, is great, but it doesn't address the overall issue of coordination. Thank you.
I concur.
Thank you.
All righty. Sorry for you to receive that, but I thought it had to be said. So can we beg the question here at the table for a motion?
I motion for approval of this project with all of the comments that have been collected around this.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Fluker,
Yes.
Gray Scott,
Yes.
Sargent,
Yes.
Harsh,
Yes.
and Whitfield.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Jerome, did you all start pulling your permits yet?
We got one more.
Yes, we have.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, we are at the end of our session with administrative approvals. If you all can take a chance to look at that and then make a motion if it's amenable.
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve administrative approvals 309-2026 through 328-2026.
Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Fluker,
Yes.
Gray Scott,
Yes.
Sargent,
Yes.
Harsh,
Yes.
and Whitfield.
Yes.
Motion carries. Director?
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this short and sweet Planning Commission meeting today. I just have two pieces of information to share. The first is that we are riding a spring wave of job postings in the department. Really excited about these great opportunities to join our team. So open right now, closing on Friday, April 3rd, are a neighborhood planner position, a neighborhood planning manager position, and a transportation planner position. And these are a combination of adding capacity to the department, as well as replacing some folks who are moving on to new opportunities. Coming up soon, after we get sort of this first wave in, are an additional zoning project coordinator, a citywide plan project manager as we move into more active work on the comprehensive plan update. Neighborhood planner to add capacity to our downtown and public realm work, which as you know is quite active, and a principal clerk for the Board of Zoning Appeals, which will free up capacity in our existing zoning section and put more in Board of Zoning Appeals for their ongoing administration. So please share those with any networks, professional associations, et cetera, that you may have. We have had great luck pulling in really inspiring and capable applicants to our position so far and look to continue that. So appreciate your help spreading the word. And my second announcement is just a reminder that in 2 weeks, we'll be meeting on Thursday morning instead of Friday morning due to the city's holiday for Good Friday and the Easter weekend. So I'll see you back here in 2 weeks minus 1 day on Thursday, April 22nd. Sorry, April 2nd.
Is that on the calendars already?
Yes. Thank you, Director. Any further announcements or comments? Having heard none, meeting adjourned. Thank you.